Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I want to welcome you to the September readings. I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of September 2020. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And Taurus, I will close out your reading with the magical message of the Fairies Oracle card. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So what do we need to know? For the sign of Taurus, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2020. All right, Taurus, you're making money moves very clearly. You're also getting some good news as it relates to money once we hit that first week of September. So get ready, because you definitely have some positive news coming in as it relates to your money. Very exciting. Okay, King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, World reverse, Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Justice card in reverse. Okay, so I can tell you're making money moves, like I said, because we've got all these pentacles here. We've got money energy flowing very strongly for you in that first week of September, Taurus. King of Pentacles, this is all about you making pretty solid financial decisions, you know, having the knowledge and the experience to really do something quite grand that will pay off not only now, but in your future. We also have the Four of Pentacles here, which talks about maybe you're coming out of a lean time. Maybe you're maybe August was really, really hard for you financially, and now you're starting to see, okay, I can get caught up on the bills, I can breathe, I can, buy the food, pay for the bills, feed the kids, all the stuff, and you're feeling a little bit of financial relief, and I think that's good. We also have the Ten of Pentacles here, which talks about you're going to be partnering with some people to make money. Now, I'm getting the sense that this is something that's not related to your, main job, your main career. But it looks like you're going to be working with several people in another project that could make some, side money. Maybe it could be a side business, a side gig, or like a product that you're coming together with other people to make. We also have the World card here. The World card in the reverse says that something is just not finished. So be very careful before you kind of move on to something new. Make sure that the current circumstances are pretty much complete. Make sure all the details are taken care of, excuse me, in what you're doing now before you move on to something new. Now, this is something you have to be, maybe you have to play detective with yourself a little bit and figure out what is it that needs to be completed. What is kind of hanging unfinished energetically in my world right now that I need to close up, finish up before I move on to something else, because that energy definitely can affect you. If you have all these things kind of halfway done and not complete, it really does it interferes with your ability to kind of get things going for something new. Now, the good thing is we have the Page of Pentacles here. Like I said, this is good, positive news as it relates to money coming in this first week of September. I'm feeling like there was a decision being made as a result of this news and information. This is good news. But the decision is not something that you're going to have any type of input about, okay? This is something where it's like you get good news, but then another decision comes through and it's something that you don't have any influence over. You don't have any input, no feedback, no contribution. The Justice card also shows up when we're awaiting a court decision, and when she shows up, or he shows up in the reverse, that means things may not exactly go as we would like them to go. Okay, so this can be applied in several different ways. You're going to have to see what resonates with your particular circumstance. Okay, so and if it doesn't apply to you, that's fine. You can just ignore it. But I know there's somebody out there who's waiting to hear back on a legal decision. And while you're going to get some good news, things are probably not going to turn out exactly as you want, but it doesn't mean it's totally bad. Like, you know, there could be some type of middle ground situation. And I only say that because this is positive. All right. This in the reverse doesn't mean it's negative. It just means that things are not going to be the pie in the sky ideal. But there's going to be some good, like I said, middle ground coming through as a result of that. Okay. All right. Let's continue on and see what else shows up for you, Taurus. What else do we need to know for the sign of Taurus as it relates to money, wealth, finances? Nice. Prosperity and abundance for the month of September 2020. What do we need to know? All right, Taurus, as we move into the second week of September, things are going to be really good for you. Even if you are waiting to hear back on something legal here, things are going to be really, really good. I say that because we got the Nine of Cups here. We also have the Empress. This is going to start something really exciting. A lot of positive growth, a lot of nurturing, a lot of just having that feminine energy that really kind of makes things happen. I feel like this is just positive growth at a very steady, progressive rate. The timing is going to be really good. Now we have the Two of Pentacles here. You're going to be juggling a bunch of things. You're going to be trying to balance it all, Taurus. You may even feel like you're a little overwhelmed, but it's okay. You're going to get through it, okay? You're going to have a lot of balls in the air. You're going to have a lot of things going on. You may have your attention diverted in several different directions, but I promise you, you're going to be okay. We also have the Seven of Cups here in the reverse, which means you probably won't have a lot of options. Now, if this is something as it relates to your work, you may not have a lot of choices as far as what you can do, but this is temporary. This could also be something related to money and investments. If you're looking to invest, there may not be a lot of options for you right now. This can also be something if you are looking to kind of get involved in a new entrepreneurial project, a new business, a new side hustle. Don't feel discouraged if a lot of things aren't jumping up at you right now, okay? Because the timing of our economy is not that great, and so that's going to be reflective in the things that show up for you in your, in your, what should I say, in your realm, in your, network, in your sphere, of influence. You're just going to probably not see a whole lot of options, which sometimes that means we just take a step back and we wait things out, or we work with what we have and we do the best we can. But one of my favorite cards, The Nine of Cups is the wish card, like the literal wish card. Whatever you've been wishing for, hoping for, it shows up in some way, shape, or form for you, Taurus, once we hit that second week of September. So this is exciting because even though you may not feel like you have a lot of options, it doesn't mean that things are not happening for you in a very beneficial way. We also have the Queen of Cups. This talks about being emotionally sensitive. Sometimes when the Queen of Cups shows up in the reverse, she's a little insensitive, okay? She doesn't mean to be, but her energy is like maybe just a little bit careless, and I'm feeling like that could kind of be the vibe you're going with, Taurus, where it's not like you don't purposely not care, but at the same time, everyone's problems are not your problems. So you can only do so much, and you can only, take on so much because you've got your own stuff that you're worried about. So this is just a little bit of emotional insensitivity. Some people get it, some people don't. I wouldn't make any apologies for that, Taurus. I probably would just kind of accept it. That's the space you're in at this time, and you don't have to make excuses for how you feel. Okay. So let's see what else we need to know for the sign of Taurus as it relates, to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2020. You guys saw that, right? You guys saw this Nine of Cups. It's like it flew out, and it's like this card wanted to land on this, which means double confirmation for me. Double confirmation for me to tell you whatever you're hoping, wishing, praying for, it's going to show up in some way, shape, or form. Get ready because it's coming, okay? It is coming. I see that in more ways than one as I look at your cards here. The Nine of Cups in the reverse. This just means the same thing, but maybe to a lesser degree. Like you get the first sign here, you're going to get another sign here. It may not be as big or as bold as what you initially got, but it's still good. Even if this card shows up in the reverse, it's still positive 100% through and through in my readings, okay? So this is a very positive card. And the fact that you got it twice, I mean, all I can say is get ready. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles talks about stalls. Stalls happening in new projects, new businesses, new jobs, in some cases new partnerships, even new relationships, okay? Now, this could be related to this because remember, this is still good. This could be good, but things are just not happening as quickly as we'd like them to. It's okay. It doesn't mean, I've said this before, it doesn't mean it's not happening. No or slow does not mean no. So just be aware that things probably will hit some snags along the way, but it'll be okay. Things will work itself out, and you will continue on in a much more productive, positive way. Let's go on to Nine of Wands. Now, this is a card, sometimes of feeling discouraged or giving up. And I feel like even though you've gotten all these positive signs, Taurus, you may feel a little discouraged. I don't know what's going on with that because it seems like there's no basis for you to feel that way, but we all have our moods, up, down, whatever. But I have a feeling like this is temporary, okay? So you may feel a little discouraged. You may feel a little frustrated. But that's not gonna be forever. You're just gonna have to work your way through that. Now, the Hierophant. This is going against authority in some way. It's also sometimes This card shows up when you go against your intuition, when you go against what you feel or what you know to be true and right for you. Sometimes in an effort to kind of take control, sometimes we will do the opposite of what we know we should do, and sometimes we don't have any rhyme or reason for it. We just do. These two things could be related here because it's more about an internal struggle, an internal battle, rather than things external. Okay, so you could be going through a little bit of that as we move through the month of September, Taurus. So just be very aware and kind of work through it as best you can. Now we also have, excuse me, the Ten of Pentacles again. So this is a group project. This is you coming together with people for something amazing, something fun. It also fell onto that Empress card. So I think this is going to be a new project, a new business, excuse me, that you have kind of coming together here. Okay. Finally, we have the Death card in the reverse. This means changes are not happening, but you want and you're ready for those changes. And they will happen at some point, but they're not happening right now. Now, these are big life decision changes, okay? So sometimes this card shows up too when the changes happen unexpectedly. So you're going to have to see how it applies. Could it be that you're thrown into a situation that you didn't expect and now you have to literally rearrange your whole life? Or have you already set things in motion to rearrange your whole life, but it's not happening in the way you thought? Okay, so really think about that and really think about how these changes are impacting you in your life right now. Okay, let's see what else shows up for you, Taurus. All right. Okay, Taurus. So we just talked about the impact of some type of changes, big changes going on in your life. I also see that there's a lot of emotions tied to this here. As we move into the second half of September, you're very emotional. And I think it's kind of starting here. It kind of reaches its peak here, and then it kind of calms down here. Okay? Just me looking at the cards, I'm looking at the cycle, at the pattern. So when you're going through a lot of emotional stuff, that's not the most ideal time to make business and money decisions. I just want to put that out there, Taurus. So if you're feeling some kind of way, recognize it for what it is and try not to use those temporary feelings as the basis for long-term decisions. I think that's the warning here. I think that's what I need to call forward and to call through. Now I say that because we have the Page of Swords here. Now the Page of Swords is a message, but this is also temporary. This is a temporary energy. And the Ten of Swords, the backstabbing, betrayal, I know that's what the card signifies, but this card also signifies healing and working your way through emotional stuff. I'm going to take a sip of water. So, and the fact that I'm getting choked up talking about this right now tells me that there's some heavy stuff that you're kind of going through, Taurus, okay? And you're going to have to resolve that within yourself. And once you do, you'll have much more peace of mind and much more clarity to really do what you need to do to bring in more money, create the life you want, be successful in your career, whatever it is. The Chariot in the reverse, again, this talks about being pulled in many different directions. You could have some emotional stuff going on. You could have some money stuff going on. You could have some physical stuff going on, maybe some relationship stuff going on. And sometimes it's too much. You know, it's okay to admit that sometimes things are just too much, too heavy, you know, too soon, whatever the case may be. The Chariot is telling me to tell you, Taurus, that you could have a lot of things going on. You could have a lot of fires burning, you know, things that you need to work on. It's okay, because I promise you, this is not going to be forever. And I can say that because we have the Page of Wands here. Now, the Page of Wands is more good news coming through as it relates to your work. I'm feeling like this Page of Wands is connected to the Eight of Pentacles. And there's going to be something work related that's either going to make your life and your work easier, or it's going to eliminate something that allows you to free yourself up so you can make more money somewhere else. Because there's definitely more work on the horizon. But it may not be directly in the way that you think. It's either going to be more work in a good way for your job, or you're going to get some news where, let's say, your hours get cut at your job, but now that frees you up to work even more hours doing something else, and you're making even more money. Okay, this is very good right here. So overall, Taurus, I'm feeling there's a lot of emotional energy flowing for you in the month of September, and it's definitely going to cause you to kind of rethink a lot of your decisions. But overall, everything's going to be positive, and everything is going to work out in the sense that it brings you more, right? More of what you want. Things may happen in a funky way, but it's going to work out in a way that you benefit from it. And I hope that makes sense. And I say that too because these two cards, I can't stop looking at them, because these two cards here are really what, I mean, I'm feeling the pull of whatever it is, it's coming through. It's all good. It's all good, Taurus. All right. Woo! Okay. All right, I'm going to go with this one. Really? This is such a good card. Okay, this says debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. What? Now, I have been on a debt-free journey myself for a while now. I'm completely debt-free except for the darn student loans. But whenever I see anything about debt being paid off, I get very excited, because this tells me, even though I'm not Taurus and this is not my reading, this is another sign that I am manifesting completely debt-free. And I feel like that's the same for you, Taurus. This is the sign that you needed. If you're working towards a debt-free journey, it's coming. Is that what all of this is about? If it is, I just want to say congratulations, and I'm very excited for you. Debt paid off. Excellent, excellent card. All right, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. I want to thank you for spending this time with me. We'll definitely do it again next month.